Hmm. Hello. I was looking the other day at videos. What a novel concept. I'm making a video and I was looking at videos. And I noticed that on YouTube, which I rarely go to anymore, that there are videos that were made 6 years ago. Some 7 years ago almost. Has it really been that long that a lot of us have been around sort of cruising the halls of, what do they call it, social media now? Those are the buzz terms. It used to be about community, and it used to be this, and it used to be that. Now it's social media. There's there's people called social media experts today. What exactly is a social media expert? I've had an argument with several people about this, and nobody has really convinced me that it's a viable term. What, because you troll Facebook and you troll Twitter and you know how to work the inner workings of YouTube and Pinterest and all the other sites, does that in fact make you a social media expert? It's kind of it's kind of like when you ask a person what they do, somebody you've just met, and maybe it's at a bar, or maybe you're out, you're having a coffee or whatever, yada yada yada. And you ask a person, "So what do you do?" And they go, "I'm a consultant." Really? But what kind of consultant are you? Well, I consult. What do you consult on? I don't know, stuff. I'm a consultant. That's what I do. Do you make money being a consultant? Well, I'm working towards that. I get by. So is social media expert, social media manager, is that the new consultant? Should we refer to LinkedIn? Maybe they can tell us. I find it I find it curious that we feel the need as a society to continue to label ourselves, come up with terms, consultant, social media expert. Um, I don't know. Like, I mean, there's a ton of them. I'm not going to rattle them off. My brain is, so it, it it just it makes me curious. I want to know why do we do this? It used to be several years ago that the head of a corporation would be the president, and then there would be the senior VP, and then maybe another senior VP and a few VPs and general manager and so on and so forth. But today we have CEOs, we have chairmen, CEOs, CFOs, CTOs, this, that, blah, 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 blah. It's like we need to continue to label ourselves, create new acronyms. Why is that? Why do we, you know, LOL, LMAO, this, that, I'm proud to say. And the reason why I actually thought about this video is because of what I previously just mentioned at the beginning of it. As well, somebody said some comment about LOL. And those are three letters. Now that I've mentioned them, sadly, I've kind of shot myself in the foot on this one. But those are three letters that I've never, ever, ever written down anywhere on the internet. Not once. I don't know. I'm proud to say that, I think. Oh, wow, shit, look at that gray hair. Look at that gray hair. Oh, wow. That's called 43. 43. Old. And stuffed animals. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, that's because I have kids. I, you know, I looked last night. Um, I was showing my son a video. I was looking for the Silver Birch song, which is like this old Northern Ontario Canadian camp song that we used to do. And he's in music classes now, my 2-year-old. And they sang the Silver Birch song. Like he was at the Royal Conservatory of Music, and they brought a choir in for the second last class, and they did the song, and it was really cool. Um, I'm not gonna deny this. I almost shed a tear of joy. It was really cool to see the smile on his face, the way that they were doing it. They did the verses, the acapella, and the beat and everything. It was really cool. Search the song Silver Birch. Maybe I'll try and find a link if I put up this video. Um, and uh, and in the sidebar, there, whatever. Okay, in the sidebar was I'm so out of practice here. Was a Renetto video. Remember him? That shiny, bald-headed guy? Yeah, remember him? You know, the inventor? Um, and I thought, wait a sec, Renetto's still around? So I clicked on the video and it said 6 years ago. It's like, well, how did that end up there? I've rarely come to YouTube anymore. And when I do, um, it's for a purpose. I'm looking for a certain specific video, and I put those search parameters into the search bar, and voila! Some little bits, ones and zeros, and monkeys working behind the scenes, and there is my video. Most of the time, you know, it's not a perfect system, but it works. And I thought, do people vlog anymore? Do people actually just sit there and stare at themselves on screen like I am right now? And do they just talk about random nonsense? Do they think about? You probably heard that clunk. That's my air conditioning system. Um, we've gone through like a massive heat wave. I'm sure most people across the United States have. I'm in Canada, and in Toronto it's been a heat wave. And now it's just humid as hell today because there was like thunder showers and everything last night, thunderstorms. Random thoughts. Look at the pretty lights. Yeah. Okay. But do people do this anymore? Do people engage? I've noticed like I read this thing called the newspaper. Are you some of you familiar with that? It's this thing that's in newsprint. It's on most likely recycled paper, and it's long, and it's got all these little words on it. These words that are pretty incredible. Like they're jumbled together, they're put together, and it's an article, and it's longer than 140 characters. I know, I know, I know, I know. I mean, that's insane, right? Who would do that? Why? Why? TLDR? Too long, didn't read? TLDW? Too long, didn't watch. Yeah, I'm sure most people turn this off if I actually upload it. Acronyms. But I was reading the newspaper and, talking about the certain success of people and channels and stuff like that on YouTube. And that's great. I'm all for it. All the power to people and embracing this new, well, not so new medium anymore, even though it's still in its infant stages. And, social media as a whole is still not a convincing platform. Just ask Mark Zuckerberg about that. I think as I'm making this right now, I just got home. The Facebook first quarter results are being, or is it second? Yeah, first quarter results are being published, and uh, it's lost something like what, $12 a share already. So what was it? Close to something like $26 yesterday, or $27, and from their initial from their IPO, which was what, $38. So, social media is having a problem. And Zynga, that's that platform that I don't know. I don't play any of those games, but what are they? Mafia War and Farmville and all those things that I ignore on Facebook, and all those dumb app requests and this and that and blah blah blah. And apparently, like 30% of their Facebook's revenue is generated from Zynga, and Zynga's collapsing right now. So it's still not a viable platform. Now, if you're a musician or a filmmaker or a storyteller or an author, I think ebooks are doing well, from what I gather. Some people are actually making a living out of it. And musicians, quite a few. These guys, Walk Off the Earth, good Canadian band, did covers for a long time. Then they exploded with that, how do you pronounce his name, Got You, or whatever, that song where they, you know which one I'm talking about. And if you don't, you've lived under a rock. And so they're capitalizing on it. Their shows are selling out everywhere, which is good for them, But on the other hand, app developers, everybody's trying to push out the same game, trying to embrace the same audience, trying to bring in the same people, so on and so forth. I don't think that the film industry has really become that successful yet, or television. I don't know. Do people watch 30-minute episodes or 22-minute episodes? That's what a normal television series is, or a movie anywhere between 90 and 120 minutes, 130 minutes. Do people watch that yet? I have no idea, because I don't follow along with that stuff anymore. I'm kind of out of that. I had my day. I had my fun. I did my thing, and I've moved on. Hopefully most of you have as well. It'd be kind of sad if you were still around there trolling, some of you, and doing your thing and blah blah blah, and still here. I mean, really? Really? I mean, if you're still here doing that after 5, 6, 7 years, that speaks volumes of the type of person you are. Not me or anybody else. It speaks volumes about you. Anyway, I don't know. None of this made any sense. It was just rambling. I'm just curious. Do people watch these videos anymore? It's as simple as that. It's the summer. It's 2012. Get outside. Do whatever. I'm a different person now. couple kids, don't smoke, don't drink. Well, I have a beer once in a while, but I quit smoking a couple years ago. Life is different, you know? And I hope that maybe one day you unhappy, miserable fuckers will find some inner peace and happiness within yourselves, all right? Because we all deserve it at one time or another. I don't know what else to say. Bye.